no? Okay. However, that is something that is easily fixed nowadays. This particular sample of the AUG has fixed that to a great extent. The original AUGs was like squeezing a sponge, no? Squeezing a long spring. However, in this version now, the trigger pull is much better. Almost, and sometimes some say, as good as the standard AR. A third disadvantage of the bullpup design is that due to the mechanism being right at your cheek, you cannot transfer the gun like a normal design here, wherein the bolt, the ejection port is on one side, and you can, and in front, way in front of you, that when it fires, the brass just goes here, and even if you transfer to the other side, the brass still just goes here. It will not hit you in the face. However, with the bullpup designs, the ejection port is right at your cheek. So you can only use one side. You cannot transfer it here without getting dinged in your cheek. And believe me, getting dinged at high velocity is not something you will enjoy. So, this is another disadvantage. In firing, you have to stick to one side. The AUG and the Tabor have two. So if you want to shoot left-handed, all you have to do is change the bolt and transfer the ejection port shield. If you want to shoot the right side, do the same. So you are committed to staying to one side. If you have to shoot on the left side, for example, I am a right-hander, I am using the right hand setup. If I want to shoot to the other side, I have to bend over and shoot this way. I cannot transfer it this way. Otherwise, number one, I will get hit in the cheek. Number two, the weapon will jam. That is the third disadvantage of the bullpup. Now, the fourth disadvantage is that once you have the magazine inside, compared to if the magazine was in front, it is not easy to tell how much ammo you have left. That is why the original designs made it transparent, so that the operator would not have to remove with difficulty and check how much ammo he has. All he has to do is look. That is one big reason why they made the magazine translucent, so that that difficulty of checking ammo capacity is largely removed. All the operator has to do is take a look this way or that way, and then he can tell. Basically, it does not factor anymore into the design considerations and applications of the bullpup. Now, while the world's only remaining superpower now, the United States of America, still uses a standard design rifle like this, more and more countries are going to the bullpup design. Obviously, Austria, Israel, India, Ecuador, and then I heard that Thailand also are slowly going into the bullpup designs. Okay, for the next part of the discussion, we will start with the granddaddy of them all, the most successful bullpup design yet done. Now, the original of this is called the Stayer AUG. And while this is not a Stayer AUG, this is a somewhat better version. It is a US-made Stayer AUG in a sense, made by MSAR. This, the meaning is Microtech Small Arms Research. Before we go into the specifics, I would like to point out certain pertinent parts of this weapon. As you can see, magazine well is behind the pistol grip for manipulation. The magazine release, the magazines are distinctly translucent in design and consistency. It enables the user to immediately see any lack of ammo that may be present, or the ammo capacity basically. So when using this, you insert it and slap it smartly this way. Once it's inside, it is removed by pressing this button at the back. It's removed this way. As you can see, the support hand pushes back, and then the magazine is released. Okay, again, to make it clearer, there, insert, remove. Okay, this slot here is where the spent casing goes out. Okay, as you can see, it is inches centimeters away from your face, so better have good ammo. This is the butt. It's rubber covered. The trigger, the forward grip, which can be closed if you wish, or extended as you desire. The cocking handle is here. You pull that back to charge the weapon. There. Basically, you use your support hand to pull back on the bolt. On top here, you have what is called in the industry as a Picatinny rail. It is a industry-wide common type of optics and other accessory attachment. As you can see, it has this very desirable Aimpoint T1 micro red dot scope. It projects a 4 MOA dot, red dot, at distance. The dot subtends 4 inches at 100 meters, making it a very quick, very accurate, and very desirable scope. At the tip, you can see it has a specialty muzzle brake. This allows very fast shooting with minimal muzzle rise. That's the function of this. This is a muzzle brake, not a flash suppressor. Here, having a red dot is a switch having a red dot. This is the safety. You press on this so that to manipulate whether you want it to fire or not fire. And in this case, this is safe. That's fire. You will know because the red dot is showing. Okay. So, as again, this is configured for right-handed shooters. The right-handed shooter just pushes it with its thumb. Okay, this is in fire position. That's unsafe. All the shooter has to do is press it with his trigger finger. You're ready to rock and roll. Look at this standard rifle. This standard rifle has a selector. No, safe, semi-automatic, full automatic. Okay, this is the standard design. In the AUG, the original AUG, they did not have switches anymore, aside from this safe and unsafe thing. What they had was that full auto or semi-automatic would be controlled solely by your finger. As in, when ready to fire, a short squeeze of the trigger, poke, 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 semi-automatic. If you wanted to go full automatic, all you have to do is pull the trigger back, and the gun will fire full automatic until you release your trigger finger and release the trigger. So, that was the distinctive characteristic of the Austrian Steyr AUG and the Australian copy. Short pulls for semi-automatic and a long pull, long heavy pull for full automatic. In this case, this weapon, since this is the civilian version, it does not have full auto. So it's plainly semi-automatic. One big criticism of the original AUG design was that unlike standard weapons like the M16, wherein on the last shot, the bolt will lock open, no? To tell the shooter that it's time to reload, your magazine is empty. It was unfortunate that the original AUG designs did not have the locking back feature. You just will find out that you are out of ammo when squeezing it will not result in a bang. Well, needless to say, those used to the standard weapons found that a big minus. However, in this version, which is considered to be a much improved AUG version, is that it has already the bolt release. It's called the bolt release, by the way. And then when the gun is locked backwards, this one will activate when it runs out of ammo. And then you just press that and the bolt, and then you now release the bolt to feed around into the chamber. So this is the biggest improvement over the original AUG. We now go to the technical aspects of this weapon. One of the salient features that made this so much advanced, so much desired, was that unlike standard weapon designs like this M16, wherein the barrel needs a